Hi, hello, welcome to this video. My name is Alisha. I am just going to play in some makeup. I bought the NYX Epic Ink Liner to try because I've never tried, oh, this is waterproof. Okay, I've never tried liquid liner before, so I bought this to try. We'll see. I'm going to try this, but also on Amazon for $6.66 for Prime Days. I got the Taupes by Juvia's. I still am trying to replace my Making Moms palette by ColourPop. This is not at all that, but it is some lighter colors. But I don't know that I realized how cool toned Taupes were. This is giving... I think I already got rid of it. But this is giving Naked Basics 2 with shimmer. So I don't know if I'll like that or not. I'm not a huge fan of cool tone shades on me, but we're going to play with that too. So we're going to just throw together a simple little look and see how we feel about it. And then I'm going to use this black liner, which might not be the best call with this. So anyway, I'm going to start with my Painterly Paint Pot. I've had this for so long. I really should probably replace this, but I'm not gonna. It still smells fine. So I'll keep it for a while longer. Plus, these are kind of expensive, aren't they? I don't know. It's been so long since I bought it that I couldn't tell you how much I paid for it. The dogs are definitely making noise in the other room. As I learn more about makeup, I probably should replace some of these things, like this Painterly Paint Pot, because it's not really a great color for me. But I like that it is, I don't know, I don't want to say pink, but like it's colored enough that it covers the darkness on my eyelids pretty well. I could probably deal with having something a little lighter, but I've had this for so long. This is definitely one of those YouTube made me buy it, because back in like 2016 or whatever, everybody was priming their eyes with a Painterly Paint Pot. So I had to have it, you know, so that I could be pretty like the people online. That's not how that works. Because if that's how it works, man, I'd be so pretty and I'd be so wealthy. But here I am, still working a 9-to-5. Still trying to learn how to be a pretty girly girl. So, I mean, this does a really good job of covering up the veins in my eyes, but again, I do think that it can be lighter because I don't think it does enough to lighten this part here where, like, the shadows hit me. So I could probably buy something in a lighter shade, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying at all, actually. But I'll put this down and then I'll hit it with, like, a light eyeshadow just to kind of, like, set it, I guess. I don't know. But I do tend to go a little bit heavier in this outer corner because that's where the shadow really is. And I don't know that it really helps, but in my head it does. But I mean, I think you can obviously see a difference. You can see the veins in this eyelid. You can't really see them in this one. So I mean, like, it does help for sure. I feel like it helps me look a little more even. But I don't really know a lot about this kind of stuff, so I totally could be making that up, you know? But I will say that one of the reasons I'm considering replacing this is because it doesn't... Ooh, that was too much. It doesn't glide, like I have to pat it on. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or if it's like starting to dry out. It's very thick, so could just be because it's a thick product, you know? Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Now what I'll typically do is go in with a super light shade and just set that so that it's not sticky for my eyeshadow that I want to put on. I don't know if this palette has. This palette does not have a shade light enough to work like that, so we're going to reach into my other Juvia's palette. I love this palette. This shade is the one that I usually use. We'll just use a big old fluffy brush. And I'm just going to wipe it off just to make sure there's nothing on it. This is usually my blending brush that I use. So I just tap into it and then I just slap it all over my face. I can feel where it's stickier. So I just kind of go over those areas. Like I said, the whole purpose of this is really just to set it so that it doesn't like catch my shadow weird. So I go in like pretty heavy, you know, because it just, I want it to stick to the paint pot and then just help everything else blend. So I mean, I'm not really concerned like with it necessarily being too much because I don't think it can be, you know. So now I have like a super even colored base. That's the shade. Ooh, I don't know how to say this. I don't know if the H is silent, so I don't know if it's IOC or Ahosi or Ahosi. I'm not really sure. I will say this one has shade names, but this Taupes palette does not. So that was an interesting thing. I just noticed that last time when I opened this one. And it doesn't have, on the back, it doesn't have names either. So, I don't know. At any rate, now let's go into this one. Gonna start with, this is the Morphe JH32 from the Jaclyn Hill collaboration. Again, just kind of running it over. Actually, for the ones that I've used with powder shades, I have this. It's like a generic for the color switch. So I'm just going to run it over this quickly. I don't want to be too rough because I feel like this is very soft, but these brushes are also pretty sensitive in my opinion. They shed easy. They don't do super well when I wash them, which it could be me not knowing how to use them. So we're going to go in with this one to build us up a transition. We're just going to tap right in, kind of load my brush up a little bit, and then I'm just going to go in above my crease because I have hooded eyes, so I'm putting it above the crease. I want a different brush than this. This is not doing what I wanted to do. We're going to grab, this is the M441. Again, going to hit it in the color switch because as you can see, it has some remnants on it. I need to wash these. That should probably be something on my agenda for today. But the only problem I have with washing my brushes is that it takes so long for them to dry. And like I said, these particularly, I feel like they are sensitive when you wash them. So since I did go in with the other brush, I will do that to the other eye too, but I'm going to hit this one real quick just to try to give myself a little more. Because my eyelids are really crepey, I'm trying really hard to work on how hard I'm pushing into my eye. I feel like that's something I really struggle with is I'm using too much force. Now, I don't see the brush that I want. I'm going to use this one. Again, I'm going to hit it in this color switch because it does have a little bit of staining on it. So I'm just going to make sure there's no like actual shadow on it. I'm pretty sure it's just stained because I used this in my melt palette the other day. And of course the bristles are white, so I think the blue stained it a little bit. But we're just going to use the other side that's not stained. Going to dip into the one that's a little bit darker now. add some to the brush, and I'm going to take this into the, not quite the crease, you know, a little bit above the crease. I'm just going to pack this into the shape that I want. I don't know that this is showing up super well in the camera. It looks kind of crazy, so we're definitely gonna have to go back in and blend. But just trying to get this shade where I want it, and then we can go in and blend. Oh, that was the M443. I don't know if I said that. Alright. Next, I'm gonna take the JH40 into the darkest shade. I just kind of roll the tip of my brush in it. And then I'm just going to put this exactly where I want it. So like right here in the outer corner. And carry it into the crease just a little bit. Just building a little bit of dimension here. These shades really, I feel like, do not show up on me super great. So that's an interesting thing. I'm going to go in with probably this shade. I'm thinking that shade on the lid here. And then I'm going to go in probably the middle. I don't want to go into the inner corner with it. I'm going to use something else for the inner corner. But ring finger, totally clean. Wipe it off just in case, but there's nothing on it. Give it a little swirly swirl in here. And then just apply it to the eyeball. I do think that I should use a brown with this. I think the black is going to be super harsh, so I might not put any liquid liner on. I still have some on my finger, but it's in the cracks of my fingers, so like I don't know that it's gonna... I don't know. Same thing other eye. I'm gonna go with my Vector highlighter to get the inner third of the eye. This is Champagne Pop. I have a specific brush I usually use for this, but I'm doing more now. So we're going to use an M506, which is fairly similar to that JH40 that we used earlier. But I'm just going to get the inner part of my eye with this, and then I've got a specific brush that I'll use for the actual inner corner just because I feel like it's easier to stamp it. But I'm just going to use the outside of the pan to pick some up. Oh, this actually is going to work beautiful for the inner corner. I won't need to use that other brush. I'm going to try to do the tiniest bit of this liquid liner just to try it and see how it goes. It doesn't look terrible. I don't have my mascara and stuff in here because I have been taking it to work. So we're going to use this one. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it doesn't really show up. The liquid liner doesn't look terrible, but it could probably use a lot of improvement. It could definitely use a lot of improvement. But not bad for my first like real go at it, right? I just feel like there's not a lot of mascara on this brush. And like, I know you're not supposed to pump your mascara, but like, I don't know. Let's go in with this is the Maybelline. Yes. Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Stone. It's a little more brownie than the other one that I have. The other one I have is Silk, and it's very pink. So I think this will be good for today. Love these applicators. But yeah, this is what I'm going with today. I'm gonna send a picture to my friend and see what she thinks. Okay, bye.